guys, LJ here from Tech, and I'm back today to review two products that I've been using for quite a while now. It is the Speck see-through satin for the 15-inch MacBook Pro and the Incipio Feather for the 15-inch MacBook Pro. Now, I've had three of these cases of the Speck case. I've had first the see-through clear, so it's a clear plastic. You can check out all the colors they have. They have multiple colors on their site. Speck, I believe it's speck.com. It might be speckproduct.com. Just check it out on Google. So I've had the clear. Then I've had also an orange clear, and now I went to the satin. Now the advantage that you have with the satin is that it does get smudges. You can see right there, but they can easily be rubbed off. Unlike the see-through clear ones that get scratches, and obviously that can't come off. So what I want to show you today is two products that potentially are probably the best two cases that you can get for your MacBook. I really also Incase does some, but to be honest, I don't really like it that much. It's really big, it's not that good. So I'll put one on. So I'll show you. I won't cut anything, so you guys can see exactly which one's the easiest to put on and all that. So there you go. You have the bottom here. I'll show you how the case is made of after it's on the MacBook. So remember to wipe both the MacBook and the case, so you make sure no residue gets under it and you can scratch your MacBook. So what you just do is just pretty much drop it in. So, to put it on is really easy. Just clip, there's 4 clips here. So that's it. And then to put on the screen, what you do is you just lift up the screen. Again, wipe. Make sure no residue is on there. And then make sure you get it the right way around, like so. And what you do is you just want to clip in one side, make sure it's in. And then you have 2 clips there, and then one at the top. And pretty much... Now this might seem like you're scratching your MacBook, but trust me, I've done it loads and it doesn't damage it at all. So you can hear the clicks there, bam. Alright, so now I'll show you around. I'll also weigh the 2 cases so you can see the difference in weight. This is the major difference between the 2 cases. So you can see here, open there, all the way open at the back, and all your ports are open. The difference here is it's closed there. You can just press here. And again, these are always hard to press. I have a little button so you can look at your battery. Again, you can have, I've done a review of this case, so you can check out my other videos. Then here, it's closed here for the light, and then open for the infrared, for the remote. And here you can see you have a grill here. This is actually closed, and then here it's open, and then you have 4 rubber feet that can be removed. So now I'll weigh the MacBook with the case on, so you can see. Actually, no, I'll just weigh the cases on its own, so you guys can tell. Because you know briefly how the MacBook weighs. So let me remove that. Again, removal. I did notice that it was easier on the Incipio because here's a major difference. Because this case is 3 millimeters thick, and the Incipio is 1.5, so it's 50% smaller than the Speck. So that's a major difference, I think. One problem that I found with the Speck after a while, I did really like the product, but after a while it does add a lot of weight to it. And when you hold your MacBook like so, the screen will just fall off, fall completely open. And that was a big downside for me. So now, the other case here, the Incipio. Again, this is a lot more flexible because it is a lot thinner. So, it's the same thing. The only difference here is you only have 3 clips. One there, and one there. So it kind of opens, but I'll show you, it's not that big a deal. So I just drop it in. Right there. Bam. Make sure it's clipped. The 3 clips at the back. There we go. And it's on. So one thing that I did notice, it's higher on this side than on this side. I don't know if it's on purpose or it's a manufacturing problem, but you know, it's not that big a deal. Alright, and here, same thing, you do have to make sure you put it the right way around so it clips at the top. Same thing. Again, it is easier to put than the Speck because it is thinner. So there you go. And you don't get as big of a clip, you know, like when you put it on. So again, I'll just show you around quickly. Same open there, all the way open here. Same here. The only difference here, it's open all the way there, so you can get to buttons. But again, it is still kind of hard to get into there. So, but I don't really use that, so that's not a big deal for me. So one thing that I did notice here, as you can see there, unlike the other one, it is open there for the light. Sometimes here, see, if you push it a little bit, it will open. I don't find that big of an issue, to be honest. And the bottom, again, there is no ventilation, so I don't know if that heats up the MacBook a bit more. And then the rubber feet here, as you can see, are included in the case. They're not removable. So I don't know if the without having a grill open, I don't know if that adds any, you know, increases the temperature to the MacBook. To be honest, with the other one, it didn't that much. I mean, the MacBook gets hot anyway, so you know, I didn't find that big of an issue. But this can be sometimes. Alright, and one more thing I want to show you. I'd say there's 3 downsides for this case. There is no grill at the bottom for heat. This part opens up like I showed you, and the edges can be a little rough. The edges are a lot more rough than the other case. So you know, it's not that big a deal, but it's something to take in consideration. So now let's get to the weight. So let me take the case off. I'll show you how it is. And again, here you have the clip is all the way down, so it might be a little bit harder to take off. But you know, you just gotta go work it down like that, and then just take it off. I think overall it is easier to put on and off than the Speck, because it is thinner. So in the bottom, there you go. Just push it out, and there we go. So now let's put the MacBook to the side. One thing that I did notice from the Speck, I think the other cases do the same. I did get some chips, like it chipped the aluminum, because dust gets under the case, and for some reason scratches the MacBook. Now that, let's say that pissed me off, because I get a case and I mean, I wanted to protect it, and it didn't. It scratched. It actually scratched the MacBook. But what I would do, I'm not sure if it would fit though. Put a invisible shield on there, a zag or whatever, or bodyguards on there, and then put the case like that. You're sure that even if dust gets on there, it won't scratch your MacBook. But again, I can't guarantee that it would fit, because I haven't actually tried that. So now to weigh the both cases, got a balance here. Alright, so this, again, I got both here. This is the Incipio. It weighs in at 10 ounces. Alright, 10.7. And in grams, it's 302 grams. Alright, let's put this to the side. And the other one, the Speck, is, as you can see, the other one is 302 grams. That one's 510 grams, so that's a lot more. And 1 pound, 2.0. I'm not actually sure with all those measurements, because I'm not from the US. So, but seeing from grams, 302 and 510. That's a big difference. That's a huge difference on the MacBook, because knowing that the case already adds quite a bit of weight, I think the weight issue, the advantage that the Incipio has is it's lighter, and that's, you can't get around that. Overall, I would definitely go for the Incipio. You don't get many colors for the, I know you get more colors for the 13. You can get a dark blue, which I really like, but unfortunately they didn't make it for the 15. 15 you only get indigo, so purple, red, and black, so that's the only 3 colors you get. They do it for the 17 as well, and same for the Speck. But I know Speck does have some better colors, but again, for the satin, they don't have that many, you know, I'd say almost manly colors because they have like yellow, purple, pink, and all that. But they don't have, they don't have a dark blue or a green, dark green, or whatever. They they have very flashy colors. So if I had the opportunity to get one of the two, I'd definitely go for the Incipio. Again, I didn't try the in-case, so I can't really say, but from seeing reviews and all that, I'd say this is a good bet. So again, as always, comment, like, and subscribe. It's been LJ from Tech, signing out. Peace.